If you want a cover letter template that just works, you are in the right place. I'm going to be explaining how to make this cover letter template in Microsoft Word. I'll explain what makes it so effective, but that is not all. I'll be showing you how to populate it to land even more interviews. In case you're new here, welcome, I'm Raj. I work as a careers consultant at the University of Cambridge. Let's do this. Okay, so this design works because it's modern and clean. There's lots of white space on the page, which makes it feel spacious and inviting, and this is key. It's written in an unfussy sans serif font, in this case Calibri, which is my absolute top font for cover letters, by the way, and here I've gone for a font size of 11.5. I wouldn't suggest going any smaller if you are using Calibri. You want to go for a maximum of 2 colors, and here it allows us to use this design feature with our name at font size 16. And you can add this line very simply with the underscore key at font size 11, otherwise it's a little too thick. Set margins to normal, and you have a design that strikes the perfect balance between professionalism and style. In terms of visual attractiveness, I also recommend having paragraphs of similar length. It makes the cover letter look super well put together and intentional, and you want to use left-aligned text only, definitely not justified text. I think it looks messy. So now you know how to make this cover letter design template, let's talk about how to populate it with a 3-step framework that will help you land more interviews. 1. The very first sentence of your cover letter should be something super specific about either the organization or the job that you appreciate, and you're fine to use somewhat enthusiastic language too. Here's an example. I'm attracted to Arup's pioneering use of technology. Arup's early use of machine learning in analyzing commuter flows in New York's 2nd Avenue subway allowed for a redesign that saw congestion fall across Manhattan's east side by 2.3%. Being this specific will help the reader feel seen and appreciated. You've got to give them a reason to care about you before you start talking about yourself. Which is why we get to number 2. In the very next sentence, draw a parallel to yourself where you show your connecting value. Like this. There is a parallel with project work I completed at the University of Cambridge. Using Transport for London's travel time mapping data, I used Saturn software to identify a station redesign that predicted a congestion reduction of 1.6%. Now, the thing you use to parallel from the first sentence does not have to be quite so tight as this example. And of course, the example I shared is for a university student or a recent graduate. So if you're more advanced in your career, of course you can draw a parallel to your work experience. However you build the parallel, the goal here is to show connective and relevant value to the recruiter. 3. Use each of your following paragraphs to mention one skill each from that job description. So say the top listed skill from the job description is teamworking. I want you to make that the literal first word of your second paragraph, because eye tracking software shows that's where most attention is being spent. You do this and you hook them in. Next, you make the whole paragraph about just that one skill with one example, and you go deeper into that example rather than wider. And let me show you what I mean. Teamworking skills were honed whilst working as a restaurant usher. During busy periods, I sought to gain advanced knowledge of queuing customers' orders by first asking them open questions about their experience of visiting Cambridge and helping them with their transport plans, then encouraging them to order while still queuing once rapport had been established. This allowed me to communicate food orders to the kitchen quicker, giving more time for food preparation and increasing table turnover rates. My teamworking efforts resulted in upwards of 95% of orders reaching diners on time. See, with just one example, you get the chance to go deeper rather than wider. You show 2 sub-elements of teamwork. Those 2 sub-elements would be teamwork that helps the kitchen, but also the teamworking that helps the front of house deal with table turnover. The key is for the recruiter to feel that your teamworking skills, or whatever skill you're mentioning, is intentional and conscious. If you structure your cover letter like this, whilst also using this template design, you are on the path to what could potentially be your very own 10 out of 10 cover letter. You will be golden. Please know that I wish you the very best luck for all of the roles and opportunities you're applying to. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. I'll catch you next time.